What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope you like this video. This is Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 2. Good Lord. Anyway, we start this episode off. We got Rock. We got Unique. They are chilling. We realize Unique says, so we've been kicking it for about 2 weeks now. So it lets you know that we are 2 weeks into the future from where we last left off. And Rock and Unique have been kicking it. And he said, you know, but you still won't let me get comfortable up in here. And Rock was like, listen, ain't nobody getting comfortable up in here but me and Kanan. She said, if he ever comes back around me. So, of course, you know, Unique's ears perk up. And he like, well, what's going on between you and baby boy? And again, I'm not convinced that I ain't figured out what Unique's angle is at this point, right? We know that Unique clearly still has his girlfriend at the house. So is he trying to get close to Rock to exploit? Is he really feeling the Rock? Like, what's really going on with the two of them? I don't know. But her letting him know that there's a crack in the foundation between her and Kanan, I'm sure he put that in his back pocket. Now, while they sitting there feeding each other butter pecan ice cream down to the kitchen in their bathrobe and stuff, a bunch of masked dudes bust in on them. Well, come to find out that Stefan's man, and he is summoning Rock. He really wanted Rock. He didn't want Unique. Matter of fact, when they got him there, they put hoods over their face and everything else. And when they got him there, Unique was like, Stefan was like, what he doing here? Like, oh, y'all together now? Now, it was a whole long scene of back and forth between Rock and Stefan, Unique, with them insulting each other, making racial slurs and everything else, which really ain't too far off the mark, but I digress. But basically, Stefan was like, listen, Rock, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to take Sal out. I can't do it because of the code of, you know, the whole, what is it, the mafia code, what is it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, Sal is a made man, so Stefano can't take him out without causing a whole rift in the foundation of the mafia. And so Rock was like, okay, so you want me to do what you can't do? She said, well, look, I'm out though. Like I'm out. Like I'm not doing this no more. And he was like, okay, but you are. He said, I tell you what, either you take Sal out for me, or I'm going to take out your whole family. You decide how this going to go. He said, but look, I know you want Sal anyway because of what Sal did. So Rock was like, I tell you what, if I do this last job for you, are we good? We square, we done. And Stefan was like, yeah, all right. But he ain't convinced that it's really done. But he's like, yeah, cool, we'll be done. So while this is going on, we got drunk ass Lou and Marvin down to the club. Now, Marvin is babysitting Lou. Lou is drunk. Lou is out of control, down to the club, you know. And it's these white guys that keep watching them. Now, Marvin, being the type of person that he is, always got his head on the swivel. He see the white guys, and he's like, okay, they here. The way they looking at me, the way they clocking me, they up to no good. Well, he goes to the bathroom. He asks Marvin, like, you strapped? Marvin like, I told you, I'm out of the life. I ain't got no weapons on me. So he goes to the bathroom, and he is fully ready to handle both of these white guys. They do follow him into the bathroom, and basically they want some drugs. And Marvin was like, what? He was like, oh, so you just gonna stereotype me? You see a nice looking black guy at the club, and you just automatically assume that he's selling drugs? And basically, you know, they were like, nah, like, we didn't mean we didn't mean to offend you or anything, but, you know, you look like a guy that we bought some drugs from last week. He was like, oh, so now we all look alike. They was like, bruh, no, that ain't what we saying. But, you know, Marvin, once he realized that they weren't there to try to do nothing to him, he was like, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I do sell drugs, what you need. So, they were like, so you got mad at us? He was like, no, I got mad because you was stereotyping me. Like, you was right this time, but you just can't go around thinking that all black men that look nice sell drugs. You just can't do that. So it was a cute little moment or whatever. But later on in the episode, we see where Marvin is asking Rock if he could sell off the last of what they got out of the stash house. Because, you know, he's still trying to make some money. He's like, shit, Rock wanted to end this. I didn't. So, and Rock told him she was good. You know, Rock was like, you good. You know, that's when they was sitting down and she was telling Marvin about the plan, how they got to take out Sal and all of the ins and the outs. So Marvin was like, okay, cool. You know, we're going to set it up. Um, and that's when he was asking her about selling the last of the weed or whatever. We go down to the Fume for Howard's partner. And child, y'all know Jukebox is there, right? And Jukebox peeping for what it is. Jukebox know good and daggone well that woman didn't kill herself. And she's pretty sure that, she's pretty sure she know how the whole thing went down. And it seems like everybody seemed to know how it went down, except for the people that need to know how it went down. But okay. Howard actually had the nerve to speak at the funeral, which I'm sure he probably had no choice but to do it. And I mean, he gave, in my opinion, a very inappropriate eulogy, but I guess very cop-like. I don't know. So when he got done speaking, his commanding officer told him, look, I need you to wrap this up as quick as possible. Like, whatever we need to do, whatever investigation needs to happen, we need to wrap it up in a bow as fast as possible, because we already dealing with the fallout of this other dirty cop situation, which we talked about on the last episode, and we just don't need nothing else lingering. So if you know anything else that's out there, if there's anything else that's lingering, you need to let us know, and I need you to wrap it up, because IAB is still like on my ass basically. Now while all of this is going down, Kanan is back over to his little apartment with Famous, and they're peeping the new neighbor that moved into the apartment of the lady and the daughter from last season. And he's running a courier service. Now, at first, Kanan thinks, at first Kanan probably thought they was running drugs the way dude was like, had them, and he had a bunch of kids working for him or whatever. But Kanan realizes, he goes up, he talks to him, he said, yo, what's this about? And the guy tells him, he said, listen, you want to do some work? He was like, it's a courier service. He was like, I have more work than I can handle, so if you want to work. And he said, how much? Kanan getting all the ins and outs. He like, how much? Where we going? What we going to do? How many runs do I get to make a day? He trying to figure out how much money he can make. So the guy was like, listen, I ain't about to sit here and play 20 questions with you. Do you want a job or not? Kanan was like, nah, I'm good. But later on in the episode, Kanan does approach him about basically letting him run drugs through the courier service. Like, look, both of us can get paid. Let me sell my weed and use your carriers to, deliver the product. Very similar to the whole plan that what that boy name? Tariq came up with the coffee deliveries in book 2. Very similar to that mindset, but I digress. So anyway, so that's what we're gonna see Kanan. I guess that's how Kanan gonna figure out a way to make this money he need to make, right? So at work, IAD is there, and Howard is keeping an eye on what's going on. But in the meantime, and in between time, the girlfriend is trying to tell anybody who will listen that her girlfriend did not kill herself. She said, listen, she told me, and nobody will listen to her. She tried to go to the commanding officer. He didn't want to hear it. She tried to go to the daddy. The daddy said, listen, as far as I'm concerned, you part of the reason why my daughter did what she did. So I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. Whatever you think you about to tell me about my daughter, you ain't. Don't talk to me. Don't tell me nothing. And it's a wrap, okay? So she is sitting on the suspicion, but she doesn't have any concrete right now information. Now we see Jukebox go down to the army recruiter because she just trying to get away. She like, listen, I'm sick of all these moles. Okay, I'm sick of all of them. So she goes down, and the army recruiter was like, listen, you gotta take this test, you gotta do this physical, you gotta do this and do that. And she was like, why I gotta do all this? Like, y'all sitting here, y'all begging for people to join. You finally get somebody that want to sign up, and now I gotta jump through hoops to see if you will take me. She was like, I don't know about all of this. Like, I really wasn't trying to sign up for all of this, okay? So she goes home, and who does she walk into? Her daddy in the kitchen living room area entertaining Nicole's daddy. They having a whole conversation. They laughing, joking. They drinking some liquor, right? And Nicole's dad was like, listen, your daughter sings like an angel, I found this tape. Did you ever see the tape? Now, mind you, that's the tape that he destroyed, but we ain't going to talk about that, okay? We're going to let that go. Well, come to find out, he knows about a producer that's trying to put together a girl band. And he said, listen, I told him about you and I could put in a good word for you. He didn't like guarantee that she would get it, but he kind of gave her the wink wink, like if she wanted it. And she was like, I ain't singing no more. And Marvin was like, whoa, since when you not singing anymore? And she was like, cuz, I mean, I'm just not. But he tells her about it anyway. He gives her the information. Um, and later on, we see her go to Lulu. Now, mind you, she was mad at Lulu from last season because Lulu stole her album and gave it to the other girl, the girl that ended up getting killed in the shootout. But, you know, she tells him, look, you know, like you burnt me the last time, but I'm going to trust you because, you know, I want to kind of see how this could work out. So Lulu was doing bad. I mean, his apartment looked like child with stuff everywhere. He was half drunk, clothes and bottles and just shit. So this is helping Lulu kind of get a purpose back. It's helping her so to get her purpose back. And so we can see where that's sort of happening. Now, in the meantime and in between time, Marvin tried to ask Lou if he would help him be the lookout for the hit on Sal. And Lou was like, bruh, I done told you 20 times. I'm out. I'm done. It's a wrap. Because, well, first he said, is it for Rock? And when Marvin kind of hesitated, he was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Like I told you. So I feel like if it was a favor that Marvin needed, he might have helped or at least thought about it. But when it was about Rock, he was like, nope, that's a wrap. Not in it. Now, while all of this is going on, the FBI done went down to Sal and told Sal, listen, we got the place bugged, okay? We are listening to the conversations that Stefan is having, and there's a hit on you. And he was like, what you talking about? He was like, look, I'm telling you now, there's definitely a hit on you. Stefan, whatever, is trying to kill you. And we just wanted to like basically let you know and like, look, if you want to come in, we can protect you. And of course, Sal was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, like I'm just a janitor. I don't know what you trying to say. Now, while this is going on, Unique girlfriend is feeling some kind of uncomfortable with Ronnie in the house. She said Ronnie is tripping. Ronnie done lost it last night. She said, I'm walking on eggshells in my own house. I feel uncomfortable. She said, hell, last night, he was downstairs watching TV and the TV wasn't even cut on. And Unique was like, listen, don't worry about it. I got a plan. I'm trying to, like, he all right, okay? He just a little institutionalized. He gonna be good. He ain't gonna bother nobody. He a little off, but he's not gonna hurt y'all. But I'm working on something. This is only temporary, and we're gonna get it straight. While this is going on, Rock ass is so desperate to get Kanan back. She done bought Kanan a car, and the boy don't even have no driver's license, okay? So they go for a little test drive in the car, and I don't think Kanan was ever seriously considering taking the bribe. Like, he definitely saw it for what it was. But I think he called himself testing her because she was like, I'm out. I told you I'm out. You know, I'm trying to make things right with us. You know, this is what I want. You know, I'm really trying to make things right or whatever. And he was like, you believe that cop really, unalived herself? And she was like, yeah, there's a lot going on, but she, again, he could tell that she know, and definitely he know, because they know what the last conversation was they had with Howard. They know what happened. So then he was like Scrap? Because, of course, he knows the truth about Scrap because Lulu done told him when they got drunk last week. So Rock was like, yeah, like Scrap. And that was what did it. Whatever good intentions or whatever inches that he thought he had made, that she thought she had made with Kanan, that was it. He got out the car and he walked. He was like, yo, yeah, like, I don't want nothing from you. Like, I done told you, I don't want nothing from you. Now, down to the fish tank, Unique shows up to Stefan's, and he's trying to make a deal with Stefan, right? He's like, look, Rock says she out, but I'm not. And I'm just trying to, I'm trying to do business, like, what's good? And Stefan was like, look, I appreciate, you coming down here, but honestly, I don't know how I feel about trying to get into business, right? Like it ain't seemed to go too well the last time when we was all in business together. And I'm kind of hot right now. Kind of got people watching me. I don't know how this is gonna play out. And Unique was like, well, that's cool. Like, if you don't want to do business with me, tell me who I need to get in contact with. Because basically, I'm trying to get on, right? So then we see Sal have this moment with his wife, where, because Stefan told Rock, I can tell you where to find him. Like, basically, he ain't leaving the house unless he has family obligations. And I can tell you what those obligations are. Well, come to find out, the obligations are his grandson's christening. Now, remember, he lost his son last season, okay? So, and of course they have this. You could tell that this is Sal's last moment. So, shout out to the subscriber that said that this week was going to be Sal's week. They said last week, who died last week? Oh, the cop. This week was going to be Sal's week. And I said, nah, I think Sal might make it a few more episodes. Well, shout out. I can't remember who it was now. But shout out to you because you were like, Sal gone. Well, you could definitely tell that this was that final conversation he was having with his wife. Thank you for being there. I love you. Blah, blah, blah. He worried. The wife worried. Blah, blah, blah. Rock goes to see Juliana and Juliana's brother, cousin, uncle, whoever that boy is, and lets him know they out. Now, Juliana, listen, I am so confusion right now. Maybe I should have gone back and rewatched all of last season, but I understand that Juliana was mad that Rock didn't check Unique and didn't take Unique out when he came in and robbed the store. But ma'am, she killed your husband. Like, she took care of the man who was beating your ass on a regular basis. Like, she took care of the dude that had you sitting up there with black eyes and busted lips every day. Like, you were literally just selling, like Rock said, you the lady from the bodega that sold me Newports. Like, her level of anger at Rock, I'm just not clear. Maybe I missed a lot. Maybe I just don't, I just feel like it was more good than bad in their relationship. And I feel like Juliana is just choosing to focus on the negative. But neither here nor there. She tells him that she's out. And he tells her, look, I appreciate it. Like, me and you, we don't have no beef. We're good. And Juliana is talking to him in Spanish, basically saying, I don't trust this bitch. She's untrustworthy, whatever. Well, baby, Rock talks back to her in Spanish. And he was like, oh, you speak Spanish? And she looked at Juliana and was like, hell yeah. Like, I know exactly what she was saying. And she told Juliana, I'll be seeing you around. And her cousin told her, he said, she might be done doing business with us, but I don't think she done doing business with you. Okay? So then we see Unique done took Ronnie down to the club. Now listen, Unique, I'm not even understanding what this was about. You take Ronnie to the club, Ronnie looking like, he's somebody computer guy. Okay, you got on an MCM Dapper Don sweatsuit with the gold medallions, Nefertiti and shit, and your brother look like he getting ready to fix their computers, okay? So the the bouncer don't want to let him in because, of course, he don't fit the dress code. Unique got to basically be like, yo, that's my brother, he good, let him in. He just got out the pen. He's still trying to get his swag back. So, of course, the bodyguard going to make a slick comment to him, and basically, I feel like you signed your death warrant because Ronnie is crazy. And Ronnie gave you the side eye when you made them little comments. And later on in the episode, we see Ronnie following you around the club with his eyes. Bruh, I don't think you make it. I don't think you're going to make it. But Unique is trying to show Ronnie a good time. He got the girls, all, kissing all on him and stuff. And Ronnie is not here for none of that. Ronnie, he about business. He not here for all the shenanigans. He tell the women to leave him alone, but he is peeping what's going on in the club. Like I said, he was following that bodyguard, okay? Now, while this is going on, Marvin is still in a mail truck. Why is Marvin still in the mail truck? Because Marvin decided that is going to be his decoy when he put the hit out on Sal. Now, some might say, damn, that's cold that they're going to try to put the hit out on, they're going to try to complete the hit on Sal, at his grandson's christening. But remember, Sal ain't coming out the house unless it's a family obligation. So who knows when the next time Sal will have a family obligation that's serious enough for him to come out of the house, especially after the FBI done visited him and told him they coming. So Sal know that they coming, right? So the next day, we see Sal and all his people down to the church. We see Marvin come up in his male outfit, hanging out, lingering long enough for Sal to come out to church. Marvin takes Sal out right in front of his wife, right after he done dropped, he done gave the baby to his wife or somebody, child. Marvin gets into a shootout, but he's able to get away. He got the guy waiting for him in the truck on the other side of the church, and he's able to get away. So they completed their hit on Sal. So we'll see where that leaves Rock with Stefan. And while all of this was going on, baby Rock was getting her hair done. Okay, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have me an alibi." All right, she was going to get the hair done. I ain't mad at you, Rock. But yeah, that is pretty much where the episode ended. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.